All right, we're back. It's another edition of Hoops Adjacent on the Athletic NBA Show. David Aldridge here in D.C. Marcus in the Bay, awaiting the I-80 series. Damn, I want to go to that series. It's going to be fun. I want to go to that series, man.
Man, what's stopping you?
I know.
We got a nice hotel waiting for you.
What's stopping me is like
That
y'all got
5 hour
75
flight.
people covering the Warriors. That's what's stopping me.
But we ain't got nobody covering the Kings.
Oh, Sam Amick, that's his
He
home.
by himself on the juggernaut coming. We need some help out here. You guys, that flight. We ain't trying to do that flight. That's what it is.
No, that's true. I ain't trying to do that flight. That's true. Our guy Vinny Goodwill is with us. Vinny from Yahoo Sports, the man, the myth. Where are you going first round, Vinny?
I'm going to the first round series that I feel like is going to have a whole lot of implications long term. Phoenix and the Clippers.
Oh, Clippers last.
That's a great series. That's a great series.
I'll be there for the first 2 games, and then I'll be bouncing around after that. But I think that series could have some real long term things.
No question. I mean, what happens if the Clippers go out in 5? Gentlemen sweep, which I think is what's going to happen.
Really?
Oh, DA off the bat,
no,
off the top ropes early.
You think Kawhi's getting you 1 game and that's it?
I think Kawhi's getting you 1 game. If PG can't play, like how they gonna beat him if PG's not playing?
They got that wizard on the sideline.
I agree, but yeah, he can't scheme up, but so much now.
Just lose to the Suns JV squad though. I see why he might have some doubts.
I'm not sure how anybody guards, KD and Book and Ayton and CP3.
I don't know.
That last one, David. That last one there.
No, he's your 4th option now. That's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to guard him.
He's not your second option anymore.
You know what happens when it comes to May?
Damn.
Kawhi can take one of them, right?
He'll take one of them. So who else guards the other 3?
Here's my solution. If I'm Ty Lue, we've seen it actually work.
Okay.
Terrence Mann, full court pressure.
Terrence Mann has been great in the playoffs before.
We've seen it.
No, he has been. He was great a couple years ago.
I wouldn't put him on KD, but if you got KD and Kawhi on KD, and you got Mann like saying, "All right, Book, we just gonna make your life rough. We just gonna make you earn it."
I don't know, man.
Hey, I'll tell you this. The fact that we're seeing Kawhi and Durant in a playoff series where both players are healthy, and we didn't see it in 17, right?
No, right.
And in 2019, we literally had 10 minutes. And I wasn't sitting near Marcus.
11, 57.
11. So I wasn't sitting near Marcus, but whoever I was sitting next to, Game 5, the Toronto Golden State, when KD hit like his first 2 shots, I literally grabbed someone's shoulder and said, "Okay, we're finally in the finals. We are no, not even like it's over, but like
no,
okay,
I said this over.
It's over.
This series done.
You thought they were walking them down?
I thought it was done. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
that'd have been KD's walk off to Golden State. Y'all need me.
Would have been screaming at Kawakami in the press conference.
He's been screaming at all of y'all athletic writers.
Exactly. I hate all of you. So yeah, no. I just think I don't know how if PG's is a different series with PG. But if you tell me PG's not going to play, or he's going to be limited, or he's going to miss games, I don't know. I don't think the Clippers can beat him.
So Vincent,
government.
They've played. I know,
that
right?
Government cheese.
It was right in my face, man. I'm looking at Vincent Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. I felt official, so I had to, you know what I'm saying? But tell me, I mean, obviously, KD's KD. I mean, their talent is unquestionable. What is the significance of their lack of time together heading into this series? Do you think that's a big deal? Or do you think it's not that big of a deal because they're all so experienced already?
I don't think it's the experience thing that would say it's not a big deal. I think KD, we talked for the past X amount of years about systems and system players, right? Like Steph Curry may be the greatest system player of all time, Steph and Magic Johnson, right? They are literally the thing that makes everything go. Kevin Durant can fit into any system at any point, at any time. He will just be himself without disrupting anything that you do. So if you apply that to Phoenix, was Chris Paul pick and rolls with Ayton and duck-ins, and then you got Book coming off of pin downs. KD can slide right into that. Like, he thrived in a Scott Brooks offense. Have y'all seen Scott Brooks's offenses before? Like, this is not a question that I think we have, but do I wonder, Marcus, about how those other guys play to KD? I worry less about KD and worry more about more about
Yeah.
other guys figuring out where he is on the floor. Like, that's the only question I have. But the Clippers aren't going to be the team that exploits that because, like DA said, if you don't have two powerhouses on the wing, you can hide KD somewhere else.
Exactly.
I was just going to say that I think obviously KD's game could fit in anything, but it's not always seamless because the bottom line is there's come points to the game where KD's going to be like, "Yo, run that rock." Y'all know who I am,
question.
right? Like,
No question.
And how do the other people respond to that?
They give him the
Right,
damn rock. What's the
they
Bill
don't-
Collins
that-
line?
That don't
Give
always
Michael the
happen,
ball,
bruh.
get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Steve Kerr was like, "Nope, we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this offense, buddy." Like,
I don't think Monty's going to have that problem. I think Monty's good.
You telling
Monty's
me Book
good.
won't? You think Book won't have that problem?
Okay, but I mean, look, Book's a great
You think
player.
Ayton won't have that problem?
Ayton's a very
He's been
good
having
player.
a problem when it was, but he's been having
Just
a
check.
problem not getting
But
the
let
ball
me
when
look.
it was
Let me look at
Booker.
your hands. Let me look at your hands and see the lack of wrinkage on your fingers.
I don't think that stopped him
my
before. We
Jewel
remember
breed.
he spent the last series on the bench. The last time we seen him play in the playoffs, he was on the bench. Why was he on the bench? Right? Like that dude, he wants to rock. And I'm not saying he's right for thinking
No,
that,
I
but is he gonna
understand.
be like, "Hey, I got
I
Zubac
understand,
on
but
me."
look. Some people got standing, and some people don't have standing this time of year. Like you can do that in November and January. Hey, I need to get ready when it's the offs. When the offs start. No. That's when we look at fingers. And
When
see
the weather gets
hardware and who
warm,
does not.
when
And
the
that's who
weather
gets the rock.
when the weather gets warm, get the hell out of KD.
And I don't think KD is selfish. Like he's not going to say, "Fuck you, Book. I'm shooting the next 5 shots." But he is going to say, if he has a
I'm the
matchup
best
that
option.
he can exploit, make sure you hit me now. Make sure I touch it. You
The
know,
problem is he's gonna be the best option.
he's always the best option.
That's the problem. He's Kevin Durant. He's got the best option.
He's always
If
the
they
best
solve
option.
that, I think if that is not an issue with them, they're gravy.
Are they the
Yeah.
favorite?
They're my favorite in the West.
In the West,
Yeah. They're mine.
I think in the path they're on.
Well, they have to beat Denver second round. That to me is the big lift for them.
I'll say this. I think they caught a big break not getting the Warriors in the first round.
Right.
Who-
I agree with
okay,
that.
Mark,
I agree with that.
Caught a big break.
Okay,
I agree with that.
who wanted that series less? Did Golden State want that series
Phoenix.
less, or did
Phoenix.
Phoenix want that?
Phoenix wanted that series left. Again, what we counting? Fingers?
Yes.
They ain't got nothing to lose, bro.
Yeah.
You talking to 35-year-old dudes like, "Yo, I got 4 rings."
Right.
That would have been a emotional series for them. That would have been like, "Oh, okay." You would have got the absolute best from them.
Although Katie would have given them some work, and that's
No question. But you don't want to burn. You
Giving them
don't
the
want that in the first
business.
round.
in that series.
A revenge work?
But you know who else would have given them the business? Who they got guarding Steph Curry?
Ooh, okay.
They don't have a single. They traded away who guards Steph Curry.
Right.
So we would have got Steph cooking, KD
right,
cooking,
right, that's true.
Draymond talking,
Right.
Clay going at Devin Booker. Like,
That would have been the beige rage series of all time.
Right.
Clay versus Book. The fight that nobody actually believed would happen.
we need that for the West Finals. We didn't need that for the first round.
Right. All right. So 1-8 in each conference is chalk, right? We all believe that. I think we both believe that, right? So the other 4-5.
Oh, you just gonna walk away from Oklahoma City like that? You just gonna not? You just gonna?
Yeah, I am.
Dang it.
Yeah, I am. I'm walking away. Great year, OKC. But I love Cleveland and New York first round series. I think that's fascinating to me. That's when I want to go. I might
Take the train.
Get into that.
Take the train.
Because I need, you know what I need, Vinny? That's exactly right. I need playoff Madison Square Garden. Because I'm telling you guys, there's nothing better. If you haven't seen it, you haven't been in there, there's nothing better than playoff Madison Square Garden.
That was my first postseason experience.
Playoff
Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Yeah, I was an intern at Newsday during the what was it, 99?
Oh, he about to reveal his age.
Oh, shit, that was the Jeff Van Gundy, wasn't
I'm
it?
proud of my age. I wasn't supposed to live this long. I'm from the hood. But man, my job was to run. This is the age revealing. I used to have to run the film from the court side to the back and back and forth.
Yeah.
They had actual film back then.
Right. To the
And
to
the
the
rest of
dark
the time
room.
I was and the rest of the time I was standing up watching this and watching Larry Johnson post up for 17 seconds.
Wait, you a photography intern?
No, I was just an intern, but they needed somebody to run the film back. And I
Run the
didn't,
film.
you get quotes and stuff post game,
Yeah.
but like
Right.
that was it. But yeah, that was my job during the game was
That's
to keep
outstanding.
photographer put his hand up, I grabbed the film, run it back, but I got to stand right there and watch it. And bro, it was nothing like it. Nothing like it. It was
great.
crazy.
No, it's great. Atmosphere is incredible when they're good. When the Knicks are actually good, it's unbelievable. And I'm that series is just, to me, man, it's going to be so good because I don't think Cleveland gets enough respect for their defense, which is phenomenal. Their defense is so good. And how does New York attack? How does Brunson attack? Mobley and Allen? That's so much. They got so much length in the back. I just want to know how New York does it. What do they do?
I'll tell you this, and because me being from Detroit, I will never root for anything Cleveland, right? That's just anything in Ohio. I'm just not rooting for.
Eternal
like
beef, baby.
Always. That's y'all can't see this thing behind me, but that's the score of the Michigan-Ohio State game. After Ohio State scored the first touchdown, 47-26, we whooped that ass, right? So with that being said, I have a man crush on Evan Mobley. That kid is going to be Tim Duncan. When I saw him play, I'm like, this is going to be a new age Tim Duncan, and he has not disappointed me. He's going to be the best player in that series. And we're thinking about Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, and that kid is going to show up and turn the show out. I think Cleveland wins that series because they are a much better team than we actually give them credit for.
I think I agree with you on everything you said about Evan Mobley, except Donovan Mitchell going to whip that ass in this series. Don going to go in there and say, oh, y'all wanted me? Oh, that's right. You should have got me there.
Revenge tour. All revenge tour for the team he never played for. Oh, my
God. He's going to go insane, I think, in that series. And that's good. But it's good. But Brunson's going to be great, too. So that's why I think it's two good teams. I agree with that. I think Cleveland's better, but I think it's going to be a really good series. And I could see that going 6 or 7 just because, Cleveland group, that team has not been in the playoffs together. And it might take them a game or two to kind of figure it out. But
what happens if they do win it and the Knicks pass on, or Knicks could have got Donovan Mitchell. He ends up going to Cleveland. Cleveland beats New York in the series. Like, does New York just combust? I mean, clearly Stephen A. Smith is going to have a heart attack.
He's going to go red on television. His face is going to go
great
pink.
Leon Carter, he going to glory.
Yeah, that's.
Is it more fun when the Knicks are good enough to be disappointed, or is it good enough, or is it more fun for the Knicks to actually be good?
No,
I like angry New Yorkers.
We don't know about the latter. We ain't had that long enough to know.
I like when the Knicks are good because it's just to have a foil for the best teams. There's nothing like a New York foil. You know what I mean? Like they're just when the Bulls and the Knicks got together and Riley tried every trick in the book on MJ and MJ just literally laughed at him, and then Van Gundy tried it and he laughed at him too. And Phil just went after Van Gundy so hard. It was just great. I remember this line. Phil, when they were getting in all the fights and everything, and Phil was talking, they were asking him about all the fights that the teams were getting into. And Phil, in his 6'8" voice, he goes, yeah, the problem is not the players. It's those little coaches. They don't see them when they get
when Van Gundy was hanging on Alonzo's leg.
So the theater is just so great when the Knicks are good, man. It's unbelievable.
Alonzo's leg, hanging on Alonzo Mourning's leg.
That's the best post games ever when the Knicks were in the fighting mode and when they got in a fight with Miami, and we were in the arena, Miami arena, till 3 a.m. Just getting us. I was at ESPN at the time. We were getting sound and just get these great quotes. Tim Hardaway just going off on, Rod Thorne, we're going to see who gets suspended for the next game, Rod Thorne. It's just crazy.
Just calling the league. Can you see any of these players calling the league out like that? We don't have characters anymore.
That's what I loved about the league.
These dudes are too corporate.
He
Can
just
you
started
imagine?
rattling off names of people that came off the bench. Oh, Alonzo. He was like Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson. He just
They wasn't
started
making enough
naming
money to
guys
lose back
that
then.
had to get suspended.
Can you imagine Steph going on the microphone after a win or a loss and saying, you know what? Mark Tatum, Rod Thorne, Kathy Barons, all you minions in the league office, we gonna see how y'all gonna play this one.
Fantastic. God, I love the league back then. It was fantastic. It was so good. So
If I were so lucky.
is there any interest in Brooklyn and Philly? 3-6.
Only if Ben Simmons was playing,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
but he's
Yeah.
not, and
But
we
he's
don't know
not.
when he will be again.
But he's not. But he's not. That's true. I just, well, no, I don't think. I was going to say I think Brooklyn has a chance to get a couple
Y'all
of
sleep on the
games.
Cam Thomas show out here?
I
Y'all
know.
sleep
I
on the Mikal
know. I
Bridges show?
know. I know. I know.
Man, is
I'm not
Brooklyn in the
hating.
house?
You
Without
think
a
Brooklyn's
doubt?
getting more than 2 games, Marcus?
more than 2?
I just think Mikal Bridges has been so
That's
good.
tough.
He's been
I
so
feel like 2
good.
is a pretty good statement for the future of the Nets if they got 2 off the Sixers.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, and there's playoff Harden on the other side.
I know, but
First round playoff Harden is a beast.
yes.
That ain't never been a problem. It's as the postseason carries on. That's
Right. So that will be, yeah. So when we see Philly Boston second round, if everything holds up, I will be at that series. I will cover all 7 games of that one. That will be epic. That will be some.
That's why I
epic
wanted
stuff.
Philly Miami in round 1.
Yeah.
If Philly was going to exercise these demons, I want you to beat everybody.
Right.
I want you to beat Jimmy in Miami if you can, because I didn't think they could. Beat Boston in round 2, and then go and play that Greek god in Milwaukee and see if you can beat him. I don't think they're capable of doing that at all. Put it like this. I'm gonna ask this to you, DA. Is Philly the best team that you don't believe in?
I actually do believe in them. Crazy as this cap. I actually think they have a chance to beat Milwaukee if they get there. Now they got to beat Boston. They may not beat Boston, but if they get out of the second round, I think they can beat Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. I do.
Wait,
I think
which one do they own? Do they own the Bucks or the Celtics? Philly.
Oh,
you know how they like a trio where one of them always
yeah. Well,
they don't own Boston.
Yeah, I
So
think
it's
they do.
be Milwaukee,
I think
then.
it's more. I think they do well. I just think Embiid could devastate Milwaukee. And I don't mean that. I'm not being critical of Milwaukee. I just think if Embiid's in a conference final, he could have one of those Kareem-like series where he's averaging 36 points a game, 17 rebounds. He could just have some ridiculous numbers.
We have not had the Joel Embiid playoff run. We haven't.
Exactly. So that's why I wanted to save your series for last. 3-6, the series everybody wants to see, the I-80. What you got, Marcus?
What series we talking about? Something happening? Don't nobody care about this NorCal series. Just for us. Y'all don't care about
this is great. Everybody cares about that. That's going to be great.
This Northern Cali happening out here.
This Northern Cali business.
This is the hyphy series right here. Vinny,
this is town
series,
business.
Right?
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm waiting for Mitch Richmond to get back to me because I need to know who he pulling for in this series.
Oh, good call.
He got his jersey hanging in Golden One Center, but
good call.
He got to pull for Sacramento, right?
I mean, you would think, right?
Right, he's got to, right? That's a good call.
Sack,
yeah. No, that's a good call. I would think. Come on, he made his money. He made his, name in Sac.
Yeah. So, Vinny, who do you think is the most dangerous figure for the Warriors in this series?
Ooh.
Like from the Kings, I mean.
Yeah. Man, I think De'Aaron Fox and that speed, getting downhill. Like maybe you can sick Andrew Wiggins on him, but I don't know what Andrew Wiggins looks like right now.
I was about to say, can you do that?
No, I don't know. Like I think Sabonis. I don't know if Sabonis will have a good time or a bad time. You know what I mean? Like I think he's going to play the way that he plays. I don't think the Warriors are going to take him out of anything. Right. And then you just got a bunch of those wild cards. The Malik Monk. Like Malik Monk could have a game. right? Watch for the Malik Monk game 2 where he hits like 7 threes because the Kings are down 0-1 and they need to get a game before going on the road, like that sort of thing. But De'Aaron Fox is a monster. He was on my All-NBA ballot, and I damn near forgot about it. I was like, wait a minute, I can't leave him off.
Right.
I had to switch up the ballot at 5:58 Eastern time.
Right. Who you kick off? Who you kick off?
That's a great question, David Aldridge.
Steph Curry.
No. Steph's on there.
Steph made the ballot.
Steph's on mine. De'Aaron's on mine too. Yes.
Oh, there was someone that I took off the ballot who would have been on had he not been in trouble.
Oh, well, I didn't consider him for multiple reasons.
Dang, DA said I didn't even consider.
No,
him.
I'm not. No, because it was games played matters.
Yes.
You know, it matters to me.
When the margins are thin, I changed my MVP vote late.
Did you?
I literally changed my MVP vote at 5:59.
Wow.
Right before I pressed send.
Right. All right. So, Marcus, do they consider it a road game if they're playing in Sac? Because your squad stinks on the road. But I don't know if that's really a road game.
Well, first off, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say playoff road games are a little bit different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know that we'll get the same road team we saw in Orlando in November. I just think they are old, and so they don't have to get on the plane, so the joints don't inflame. So they get to just take a ride. But even if they don't feel like it's a road game, it's gonna feel like one when they get in there.
Yeah,
it's going.
You think it's going to?
It's gonna feel like a road game.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Warriors fans in there. You
There'll
don't think
be
so?
a lot of Warriors fans in there, especially with the prices of the tickets. But they got the cowbells.
Yeah, true.
They can trump up the sound.
Yeah,
I think. Look, we're about to find out if the Kings are for real, right? Like,
oh sure.
If they have a good showing in this series, and if they win it, you know who gonna be worried about this? Memphis.
Sure.
Right, like all these other teams who's supposed to be next up.
Right.
He might jump if they pull this off. If they look, the thing I don't know about the Kings is their offense is great, but it's so spread out. Like we don't know how these dudes gonna perform in the playoffs. Like we don't.
You're right. You're exactly right.
But if they look good,
well, the crazy thing is, Marcus, we say their offense is efficient, right? Like it's almost like it's clean. But playoff basketball is dirty.
It's grimy.
You know what I mean? It's not even the playoff basketball that we grew up watching or that I grew up watching and DA grew up covering. Like that was a grind. This is just a little bit slower. So efficiency is like, it's not a code word, but it's just like, no, tell me your offense is good. Don't tell me that your offense is efficient because you're averaging 123 per 100 possessions, which is really, really good. But tell me you can go to your fourth option. Because we've over scouted you,
right,
and everything on the strong side doesn't work because that ball becomes a medicine ball in May. You know what I mean? We're not in May yet, but this is May baskbasketball.
And that's
the thing that
for
gets
the Kings
me.
is May.
Yeah, well, no, this is
for the Kings is June.
Right. That's right. And this is where Draymond earns his money, man, because Draymond will be messing up shit, just messing up their offense. For 5 or 6 possessions in a row, just like hunting it out, calling it out, So it'll be, I'm not sure. I don't know that I believe in Sacramento yet, but I have a feeling this is going to be a closer series than people think.
Really?
Because of Mike Brown, because Mike Brown knows some things, like Mike Brown.
You know what Mike Brown know?
Yeah.
Steph Curry's on the other side. Draymond Green's on the other side. Klay Thompson's on it. These dudes went into Boston. Mike Brown is like,
I can't argue with that. I'm not saying he's a
Mike
wizard.
Brown
I'm just saying.
Like, come on, man. Why we couldn't get the Clippers?
Steph went into game 4 in Boston and did some of the most, we can cuss on here, right? He did some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like, David, you covered more playoff series.
That game. Steph was on that game.
You cover more playoff series than I ever will.
Yeah.
And my theory on game 4s is you find out who's going to win a series in game 4. Doesn't even matter if they win or lose, but the urgency of the series comes out in game 4. And you're like, oh, man, they lost and the series is tied 2-2, but I figured out who the best team is. I came away looking at game 4. I was like, oh, Golden State isn't losing the rest of the way. Like, it was that very clear that Steph had willed them to a win they had no
Yeah.
business winning.
Right.
And then he could hit nothing in game 5 and they still waxed them.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, Steph is
that's the thing. That's where I'm like, I mean, because that's what the Kings got to go against, right? So
Yeah.
even if they don't win the series, if it's a good showing, bro, this is, you know what this reminds me of? I mean, not beating. Remember the Warriors beat Denver,
Yeah.
but they lost. That was whatever, right? That Denver team wasn't that great.
Right.
But
Right.
it
Right.
was the San Antonio series.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It was
No
the
question.
6
No
games
question.
again. It was like you lost that series, but you walked away like, hey, we
Exactly.
got something here.
And
Ginobili
you know
had to
what
go
like the Kings in that
insane for them
situation.
for San Antonio to win game 2.
and
Ginobili
that-
had to go insane.
and they stole game 1.
Yeah.
The Spurs weren't ready. The question is, will
No, it was
State
game
be
2
ready?
because remember they tricked off the 18-point lead.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first quarter.
Right.
They
Right.
lost,
Right.
Yeah, they lost in overtime.
That's
Ginobili
what I'm saying.
hit that
what it
buzzer.
Ginobili went nuts.
And then they came back and won game 2. But they walked
Yeah.
away from that series like, oh, we got something. I feel like more than anything, that's what the Kings need. They need to walk away like, oh, okay,
They need
even if they
validation.
lose, it's like,
They need validation.
hey, hold on, we got something here.
Yeah, just
And
like
some of these
Memphis,
other
just like
up-and-coming teams
Memphis,
need to be
right?
shook.
The
Yeah,
last 2 years.
absolutely.
Yeah, Memphis did the same things. Like, oh, wait a minute, we got some good stuff. The other reason why I don't believe in Memphis is because Steven Adams is out. I mean, I just
And
you know,
Clark.
And Brandon Clark.
and
Yeah.
Clark,
You
you
missed
just
out-
don't overcome those things this time of year. You don't
Offensive
just plug and
rebounding
play.
matters. Offensive rebounding
and-
matters so much in the
And I don't
playoffs in a way
believe in
that it
Memphis
doesn't in the
because
regular
Dylan
season.
Clark swear he's Jordan. And until he start realizing that he's a talented role player who has a role, then they won't win. Because
And you
as
just
long
said
as
the
he's out
boy's
here
name
thinking
wrong.
he's
So
first
we
team
know
all
you
NBA.
don't respect him. You said Dylan
No,
Clark.
Dylan,
The boy's name is
Dylan Brooks. Sorry,
Brooks.
we just said Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is out here like acting like he's an all NBA player. If he just calm it down and play his part, they'll be good. But he ain't gonna do that because he's gonna get caught up and he's gonna start taking a bunch of shots and doing all this.
Right.
That's why. But Vinny, here's the question I got for you. Who do the Memphis want to see more in the first round?
Oh, they
want
want to see a team
Minnesota
that
win
play
this
just
game?
as dumb as them, Minnesota. We saw what that was. That was the Keystone Cop series in the first round last year. You had T. Morant and Karl Towns on the sidelines getting lit, and we thought it was cute back then until we saw what happened this year. Right? Funny how the tables turn. But no, they don't want to see the Lakers.
No,
You don't want to see. Look, there are 5 teams in the West that look at the Western Conference like it's food. Like there's no reason why we shouldn't be playing in June. Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, the Clippers, the Lakers. 5 teams that feel like there is no excuse why we should not be representing the West in the finals. And they're looking at this is our best year because everybody is mediocre. So if going back to it, Memphis don't want to see a LeBron trying to go for ring number 5. And, especially off of that tendon injury that he's miraculously come back from, add to the lore of the great LeBron James.
Hey, man.
Brown.
Yeah.
Is that
hating
what
his
it's
medical?
about?
Why are you hating his medical? Come on
You
now.
talking about foot doctor LeBron James?
Hey,
That's all right,
the
the LeBron of feet.
The
That's right.
LeBron James of feet. What does that mean? Like the second best doctor of all time, or like the 4th best doctor of all time?
Damn, Vinny,
Oh,
why
Vinny.
are shots fired on my
Mr.
podcast?
I'm just
Good
curious.
man.
No, I'm just
Man,
What's the
damn.
name of your podcast where we can get
we
more
having
shots like
we
this?
having fun. We're just having fun.
What's the name of your podcast? Because we need
It's
more
the
shots like
good
this.
the good word with goodwill on Yahoo Sports, man.
The good
You know what
word
I'm
with
saying?
goodwill. You send your hate mail to the good word with good. Oh, you LeBron stands. I'll say this. You don't want LeBron to sniff it now. You don't want him to sniff it. You start sniffing it, then all bets are off. If he starts to think he really can win this thing, I know he believes in his head that, well, theoretically we could, but if he starts seeing it on the floor, you don't want that. You don't want
Can
that.
he stay healthy? Like
No.
him
I
and
don't know.
Anthony Davis staying healthy for 2 months
know.
at a time. We
I have
ain't
no
seen
idea.
that since the bubble. And this ain't the
Yeah.
bubble. This is
No.
travel.
Well, and it's also not KCP and Kuzma and Caruso and all them dudes that helped you
It's
win.
the unstoppable Austin Reeves. That's what Sports Illustrated told us. Austin Reeves is unstoppable.
All right, Marcus says he got dipped, so let's go. We are wrapping up. Vinny, give us the podcast again? The good word.
The good word with goodwill on Yahoo Sports, the Ball Don't Lie Network on YouTube. Get them wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. Check out Vinny at the playoffs. You're gonna go to Cleveland, watch them play. Watch.
Shit.
I'm gonna cheer them on. Leave that 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, all the places you get this fine American podcast. And Marcus already dipped, so I will say it. If you can't leave 5 stars keep it to yourself, you haters. Or we'll have Vinny come and talk bad about you like he just talked about LeBron.